Your boy's back. We about to watch my second favorite white boy in the end. I don't think y'all know, boy. He got a soccer team in I forgot where. Kenya, I think. It's fire though.
Grounds, one of East Nairobi's most hostile grounds, and went head-to-head with 6th on the table Fortune Kinderen FC, and when all hope was lost, down 1-0 in the 96th minute, superstar Louis Moniki buried a dagger that broke the hearts of every single Fortune fan at the venue, and we walked away with a 1-1 draw. Then, Swedish pro footballer Paulina Nyström came to visit the club, making headlines along the way as it would go down as one of the most historic visits in club history.
Kahawa Pride managed, of course, to bring in Pauline Nyström from BK Häcken. She plays for the team that just won the 2025-2026 UEFA Women's Europa Cup. She was in the country for a few days, visited Kahawa Pride where they are located. I watched a few games, was part of a panel. I managed to see that panel pale online, and of course that in terms of that panel discussion was matters about women football as well. So she had a fully packed schedule.
After Paulina returned to Sweden, the club refocused, preparing for a huge matchup against Kamango F.
I'm not gonna lie, I never understand when I have money, this is the kind of stuff I'll be doing. I'm like, when I be seeing niggas buy 20 cars, I'm like, bro, after how many cars are you cool? After how many yachts are you cool? Why not buy a soccer team? Isn't that like a little bit more interesting?
See, a club that embarrassed us 1-0 at home earlier in the season, now sitting just 3 points ahead of us at 3rd on the table. From non-stop trash talk from Kamango on Facebook to 20-ton garbage trucks ripping down the right wing during live play, this regional league matchup was jam-packed with everything Kenyan grassroots football has to offer. A revenge narrative between two powerhouse programs, Facebook memes, and two squads who will stop at nothing to secure that 3rd place finish. Oh, and we have another blockbuster signing to share with you guys. You are now watching Road to the Kenyan Premier League. What's up, everyone? My name is Hayes Canup, Jersey Bird founder and your host of Road to the Kenyan Premier League, back with another big episode today. Before we get into it, if you want to support the project, there are 3 main ways to do so. First up is the Lions Den, our official club Discord, where we host watch-alongs, interact with players, and discuss behind-the-scenes unreleased news weeks before it hits the public here on YouTube. Go check it out. It is a great community and a crucial pillar of how we support this club. Next up is the KPFC 10 for 10 deal. If your club is in need of new kits and apparel, work with Jersey Bird. Just go to jerseybird.com, tap start a project, and you will be paired with a Jersey Bird designer to create some awesome kits just like the ones you see in our videos. Tell us you came from this Road to the Kenyan Premier League series, and you will get mentioned in FC.info. If you've been keeping up with recent episodes, we have focused more on the different venues around the league, each one with their own personality, and this one might be one of the most unique we have filmed at so far. Our second leg against Kamango was being played at Division Grounds, and this pitch sat right next to a massive city dump. Huge African storks, these enormous birds, were circling over the field and hanging out pitch side the entire afternoon, and there was a pretty significant downward slope running from the side that our live stream camera was on across the field, sloping downwards away from our camera, and there was even a power line strung across the pitch, low enough so a couple balls throughout the match actually did get clipped by it and dropped straight out of the sky. And just like the World Cup, if you've been watching, you know we are not the only ones dealing with wires in places where they shouldn't be, just like how a ball allegedly clipped one of the camera cables in the England-Norway quarterfinal. We were dealing with the same problem, and you will see more of it throughout this match. So just a crazy comparison between 2 different levels of football. But make no mistake, this was a serious afternoon. Again, Kamango are the team that handed us our very first defeat at home of the season, beating us 1-0 back at Mahiga after a header from a corner set piece. They are tall, they are physical, and they are tactical on their set pieces, and they will happily hand you the ball, sit deep, and hit you on fast breaks and strike when you least expect it. And they know they have a strong program. Kamango run one of the most active team Facebook pages in the entire league. They post under the name La Familia, and all week long, they were letting us have it. Coffee pun after coffee pun, meme after meme about how they were going to take us out this week. So we used it as bulletin board material, and we were ready to go when kickoff came. But heading into the match, we came into this one pretty banged up. Karani was still out after picking up an injury against Fortune. Marvin Okech was out, Benson Govid was out, and Gideon Etying was also out. So this was a depleted squad on our side on the road against one of the teams that had already beaten us. This is the starting 11 that Coach Kim went with. Junior Munyao getting the start in net, a back four from right to left of Stephen Chiari, James Masharia, Sidiki Otieno, and George Uma, Louis Maniki and Austin Ochieng anchoring the midfield, and then Felix Kamau, Cassie Winnie, and Rahimu Salehe just behind Brian Masharia at striker up top. So a pretty shaken up lineup, and as you can see here, it is Kasim and Salehe's first time starting together since our preseason scrimmage at Indoor Stadium, the one I was in attendance at almost 9 months ago or so. Interesting lineup. Let's see how it plays out.
Today we are going to go more of attacking. We have a lot of dribblers in the team, so we expect our boys to go head on. We've had a good week in training, so we expect a win from the boys.
Tunaweza nakumbuka before tucheza nao tumecheza na timu ya Premier League yenye ni Murang'a Seal, so watu walikuwa exhausted sana, alafu bado ile mentality ya face game ya ligi ilikuwa ngumu juu before tucheza na Murang'a Seal watu walikuwa wamejeki lazima tuchape Murang'a Seal, so ilikuwa ngumu pande yetu bado, lakini walituchapa wani.
Kamango game ya kwanza ilikuwa nzuri, tulifanya tu mistake wakafunga, na imani game ya leo tunasema tutashinda.
The game was tough. We tried a lot, but we lost.
The first half was exactly the arm wrestle we expected. Kamongo dropped into their shape, dared us to attack and break them down, and looked to spring forward on counterattacks whenever they won the ball. But we saw plenty of the ball. We won several corners and had several set pieces throughout the first half, but a clean chance just didn't come, and it stayed level at the half, 0-0. We did make a couple changes at halftime. Bradley Maloba came in for the injured James Masharia at the back, and Robert Manura subbed on to the midfield. The game settled back into the same rhythm, us controlling the ball for the most part, and Kamongo sitting deep and waiting to counter.
Another huge clearance there. Austin tried to pick it, and there's an open chance there, and it is in the net.
That's a good goal.
Edwin Nino, a ball played straight down the middle. It snuck through our midfield. He timed his run perfectly, gets in behind the defense, and sends one past Junior. A goal out of what seemingly was nothing, and now we're chasing a 1-0 deficit on the road, exactly where Kamongo wanted us. Again, we are finding ourselves in a frustrating matchup against Kamongo. For the second time this season, we struggled to find opportunities despite having a majority of the possession, controlling the territory, but the golden chance just was not coming. But this was not an excuse. We expected our attackers to produce, and we kept knocking on the door. But again and again, our attacks were thwarted, and nothing was breaking through. The 70th minute ticked away, the 80th minute passed, and as the game was slipping away, we threw everything we had at them. We kept attacking, and Kamongo's keeper stayed active throughout the dwindling minutes of the match.
And that should be a goal!
Why do keepers do that? I will never understand why keepers do that. Keepers, if you're a keeper, can someone tell me why do you guys feel the need to want to be a part of the game so much? Like, I get it. You're playing as well, but you chose to be a keeper. Kick the ball. Clear it. Every keeper does this dumbness.
Mwaniki! Again! But what I want from the keeper.
That's a dirty goal, by the way. That's not an easy goal to like put it over two people. That's a dirty goal. And for her to go back down. That's the dirty goal.
What was he thinking? to the rescue yet again.
There it is, Lewis 1NE1NEM again. Now, if you've been watching,
Dirty
Lewis
goal.
keeps on saving us in the final minutes of our games, whether it's a game-winning goal in the final minutes or more recently, these game-tying goals in the final moments of the match. He has become the most clutch striker in the entire league. We were helped a bit by the Kamongo keeper. He came way off of his line, tried to kind of clear the ball. It just did not go where he wanted it to. Fell right into 1NE1NEM's lap. He took a touch and slammed it from 40 yards out, top left corner. Maybe one of the best goals we've scored all season. Personally,
goal,
it is a
yeah.
top 3 for me. So Lewis 1NE1NEM is on a generational run and nobody can stop him. The final minutes of the match ticked by and the final whistle blew. Kamongo 1, Kahawa Pride 1.
And it is full time at the Vision's ground. Just as it was last weekend, Kahawa Pride pick a point, a very crucial one, of course, on the road. And what a match this has been. No goals in the first half, but 2 goals scored in the second half. Edwin Maina opening scores for Kamongo. But then Lewis 1NE1NEM, the Mr. Reliable, ensuring that he fires home after mistake by John Mboya to make it 1-1, and it ends right here, 1-1.
A hard-fought point on the road against the side that beat us the first time, and we had a lot of our starters missing, so we'll take the result. We still have not managed to beat Kamongo, but I will not pretend that a draw did kind of feel like a win that day. So hey, we'll take what we can get, and we are still in contention for that 3rd place finish, which does matter. 3rd place is a lot better than 4th and definitely 5th. As I mentioned before, 1st place does get promoted. There is no playoff for 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, but you never know what can happen. People can drop out. It's much better to be 3rd than 4th or 5th statistically if you want to somehow get promoted from action in the leagues above you, teams dropping out, things like that. After 1NE1NEM's equalizer, the Kamongo Facebook page fell silent.
It has been a positive result since the first leg we lost against Kamongo.
This is so
And
dope
played
to
a
watch.
very
I
good
ain't
game.
gonna lie to you.
So have our boys stepped up and
Like, you seen the lives. I fuck with all that.
I want to thank God for that 1 point. It wasn't easy, but the comeback was really fantastic. The game was really under pressure, but my teammates fight to their best.
we conceded a goal, but we kept our head up and we did what we always do.
Now, the one I told you to stick around for as we build our squad for the next season, we are locking down the players who got us here, and our second man to sign a new deal is George Uma. You know him as Jojo, our insanely consistent defenseman who has been playing left back for us in pretty much every single game, taking a lot of our set pieces, including his famous game-winning goal earlier in the season, and he has had countless of impact moments, assists, and different highlights throughout the season. We handed him the 2-year deal. He took some time to read it. He talked with some of his teammates before coming back and putting pen to paper. He is exactly the type of player we want at this organization, and I can't wait to see what he does over the next 2 seasons. So that is Marvin Okech and George Uma, publicly released signings. More to come soon, so stay tuned. We will bring you each new signing as they happen. And this week, we must shine a light on the other side of this club because something genuinely special just happened. One of our own homegrown talents, Tabitha Wambui, I'm sure most of you guys have heard that name before, is part of the Kenya squad that just played in the U17 World Cup qualifier, and Kenya got the job done. They are officially through to the U17 Women's World Cup, which will be held in Morocco this September. For us to have a player on that squad who came up through our program is pretty insane, so we will be cheering her on this September in Morocco as she plays in the U17 Women's World Cup. In the setting of this qualifier match could not have been more perfect. The game was played at AIO, the national stadium. For those of you who don't know, this is the exact venue where Kahawa Pride played its first ever match all the way back in 2022, so it was a bit of a full circle moment, and it is hopefully the same grounds we will be hosting a match at for our 4-year anniversary this month. More on that very soon. This also feels like the right moment to close the book on our Lionesses season because they have finished second on the table. As I mentioned, Tabitha is arguably the best women's talent we've ever produced, but she is not the only story worth telling. There is Diana Barasa, who has captained the team in the past. She balances football with a biomedical engineering degree, and has been one of the leaders of this group for a long time. There's Angela Wachira, who earned a football scholarship all the way at Milligan University in my home state of Tennessee, the first Lioness to ever make the jump to the American college game. And there's Amani Ernst, who grew up at a children's home right here in Kahawa West. She started her football career with us and is now playing professionally in Australia and has been featured in a national advertisement alongside the Australian captain Sam Kerr. So she's been on billboards all across the country. So there has been some serious talent on the women's side of this program, and we hope to continue developing women's football stars for many years to come. And a couple quick headlines around the rest of the club. We have to talk about our U19 Mapogo boys because they just went viral this week, and not in the most traditional way. Before their game, we filmed them recreating the famous Argentina Stadium walkout. I'm sure you guys have seen the clips before, the whole squad strolling out side by side, just like Messi in the Argentina squad, pretty much just aura farming with some music behind the clip, and the internet absolutely ran with it. Almost 3 million views in 24 hours, and it just keeps climbing even as I'm recording this video. Personally, I love the video. I think it's hilarious, and yeah, it's a great reenactment of the Argentina walkout, but I think Mapogo has a little bit more aura than Messi in the Argentina squad, but yeah, that's just me. But most importantly, did they win after such an auraful walkout? And they did. 2-0 against Kuza Soccer Academy. They got the dub, so you can't really hate on the walkout. And of course, the Alphas picked up that hard-fought point on the road, which keeps us in 4th on the table with 55 points. We're still 3 points behind Kamongo, with just 1 game left in the season to play. This Friday, we do have our July financial report, so stay tuned for that. And our final game of the season, it all comes down to this Saturday, July 18th, our final match of the year at home against Victor's Faith. We're at home, so the stream will be live. Come watch it, 4 p.m. on Saturday. That is 2 p.m. in London, 9 a.m. in New York. I'll see you in the stream. If you like the show, drop a like, drop a sub, comment where.
Good shit, boy. That's a good job. This my team in Africa at the moment, man. Cold Pride, bro. They're gonna be one of the biggest. Give it a few years, and everybody gonna hop on the bandwagon per usual.